I'm your host, Jason Tartick, and welcome to Trading Secrets. We talk all things money on this podcast, and we're teaching all the stuff we just weren't taught in the classroom. Nothing supports this show more than liking, commenting, and of course, subscribing. Welcome back to another episode of Trading Secrets. Today we are joined again by two fan favorites from Bachelor Nation, Greg Grippo and Justin Glaze. Last year we interviewed Greg and Justin separately, but today we have them together. A lot has changed for each of them, both personally and professionally. Greg has continued to leverage his acting background into comedic-based content, while Justin has continued his artistic skills into creative content as well. You're laughing, huh? You're laughing at your own little resume here, Justin. Today we are going to discuss how content creation careers have taken off, how this TikTok shutdown would affect their careers, what else they are interested in pursuing next professionally, and maybe we'll dive into just a little bit of their personal lives. We're also here with Garnier fruit tea, so we have some cool stuff coming at the end. Wait till this segment. It's going to get unbelievable. But Justin and Greg, thank you guys for being here on Trading Secrets.
Appreciate you having us.
Thank you for having us.
Last time I saw you, Justin, it was Disneyland. That's when we recorded. That was the day I found out things weren't going to work in my favor in my last relationship.
Quite the roller coaster of a day.
That was a tough day and even a worse day after, but that was a fun podcast we recorded.
It was.
I feel like we got pretty lit in that podcast.
Sneakily
lit. Sneakily lit.
I was like trusting you with the edit there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we were letting it fly.
I feel like of all the people I had to edit that episode, I feel like I had to edit you the most.
I believe it.
Yeah, I was a little loose. Now, Greg, last time you were on the show was April. That was right after our book tour.
Yep.
So I'm seeing a theme here. We hit it pretty good. We were a little hungover, but
Absolutely.
Andrew was with you.
Yes, he was.
I feel like last time when we did that episode, you and Andrew are like Batman and Robin with your content. But I feel like Justin's starting to come in a little bit. He's starting to
My
take
turn
over.
to be Robin.
Justin's always Justin coming
Yeah,
out.
no, I'm Robin. I'm
Is
Robin.
Justin now
No,
Batman?
Joker, I
Is
said.
Andrew out?
I'm the Joker.
You're the Joker?
No, Greg's the Joker.
I know, they
Greg's
call me.
the Joker.
No, they all call me the Joker.
No, he goes through these phases where he like will try to get a nickname to stick.
Yeah.
So for a while it's been Gator, and it's so annoying. Oh,
Why
I don't know
Gator? You self-proclaimed
This guy's
as Gator?
mind is, I don't know where he gets it from, but he self-proclaimed himself. He's like, call me Gator. And he says it so much, you get so annoyed that it starts to stick. It sucks.
That's just Gator.
When
So
did
he
you
went-
come up with Gator?
Like 5 months ago.
And what sparked that?
Well, all my friends in college, they all have like animal names. There's skunk, there's rabbit, there's mouse, there's bear. And then I was like, I'm Gator. And they were like, no.
Why? But why though?
I don't know. I just think it sounds cool and starts with a G, so it kind of makes sense for
You
me.
kind of chill and then bite hard. All
Ah.
right. I can't tell like if you're doing a skit or you're actually
No,
on
I'm
the
not.
podcast.
But yeah, with them, there were just a lot of signs that were coming up about a new nickname. There would always be like a Joker card sitting on my travel bag or something, and I didn't know if that was planted there by one of them or somebody else trying to show me a sign, but I think this is like meaning something. And
Why are you laughing?
He's planting the card.
I don't believe him. It was happening for a couple weeks, and we all like went to a couple places like Chicago, and I think they visited me in New York, and we were in Chicago. We went out to a bar, and then we came back. I was like, oh, let's just order some Uber Eats, hang out, and all of a sudden I'm not kidding, on the Uber Eats package that we have was a Joker card.
This part he's telling the truth.
And
that's why I got annoying, because I was like, okay.
And
I don't
after this
wanna
was
call him
happening,
Joker.
and I was like, you guys think I'm joking with this? You guys, this has been a thing that's been going on for like the last year.
It did start to become true. Have you seen Joker 2?
No.
There's a scene in
I heard
there.
it wasn't good though.
I agree. The
Box
first one was
office
better.
numbers are
haven't
down.
seen
I
it.
know that.
But even down to like you've seen him dance, right?
Yeah.
He dances like the Joker.
Do you like when you're doing your skits? Is that an act? Do you actually dance like that? Like you're so goofy, it's so funny, but I can't tell. Are you in like
what?
acting zone when you're doing that? Like when you're just like floating around doing these like, and you just sit there like moving your
No,
body.
half the
Are
time-
you going into character?
No, half the time I black out. Like I let the music take me, and I think that's the beauty of music, is that the more you give in and let it take you, the more beautiful things happen. And so I kind of just set up the phone and I turn on some good music that I vibe to, and I don't really remember anything that goes on, and then I'll wake up the next day and it's posted on TikTok, and I just have no idea what happened.
When you I feel like your TikTok following is growing significantly and engagement's off the charts. Do you feel like it's Bachelor Nation that's following you, or have you attracted like a younger audience? Because you had with Bachelor Nation, they called what were the girls that the Grippo girls?
Girlies or
Grippo
something?
girls. With TikTok, do you like? Is it a whole new world that you're like venturing out to?
It's interesting. I didn't have TikTok when I was on the show, and then we would just use Andrew's TikTok. It was about for a solid year where I didn't have a TikTok.
Why?
I don't know. I just didn't want to download TikTok, and
Okay.
I just didn't care to post on it. And all of a sudden, like, I think that we were in LA, and it was about a year after we filmed, and I was like, screw it. Like, I'm just going to mess around with this.
Yeah.
And I didn't take it too seriously, and I just like was like posting random stuff. And I think I was always self-conscious in the beginning about like what I was going to post. And then
Are you now at all?
self-conscious?
Yeah, because like I see 90 when I look at your video, I love your videos.
Thank you.
Because I truly always fucking laugh. Like I think they're funny, and I'll go to the comments, and 95% of people are like laughing their ass off. Then there's 5% of people are like, oh my god, so cringe. And I'm like, they're so dumb. They just don't get it. They don't get it.
Yeah.
Like when you do those videos, do you worry at all about that like cringe factor, or you just like step into the cringe?
No, I really don't give a shit anymore. I think that I've tried to, at least in my own life, and like I think that I've tried to deal with this personally, is that like I don't want people doing that to me. So like I think I've always found myself throughout life always cycling through like a judgment of like somebody else if I saw them online, and I think I've developed to just like not yuck somebody else's yum, or just like let them live the way they want to live. And so like I feel like that's brought a lot of peace to me, is that like I don't give a shit if like this person is commenting cringe. Like I really don't care.
This type of mentality, and Justin, I want to get your take on this too. I find that when I talk to people that come out of the Bachelor franchise, year one, oh my god, like they're so worried about everything. Like you could even like I could think about people that are coming off right now and they're so sensitive to everything, and then like year two they're like and then year three, and then they're like, fuck it, like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Let them talk shit. I'm gonna be who I am. Do you feel both you guys have become like a little bit numb or even like thick-skinned to just all the constant criticism? And obviously there's so much. All of us have people that support us. We also get little chirps here and there. How have you dealt with that?
Yeah, I mean, from like a regular, I guess, viewer, fan, whatever, whoever's watching the video standpoint, I mean, it affects everyone, right? Like, you're lying if you say you don't look at the comments and whatever. But I never really cared as much about like random people's opinions. Yeah. I think being on the show helped to kind of develop that callus. Like beforehand, I probably would have cared a lot more. But for me personally, it's more so like I treat it as like an out of sight, out of mind type of thing. Like I'll post something and just not look at my phone. Okay. But then if I see certain people like family members or friends or whatever that have viewed it, then you start to make the connection of like, oh my gosh, like what is this specific person thinking about what I just posted, right? Yeah. And so I try to avoid that. But I actually recently had a couple conversations. My college president was like my biggest mentor, and he's the one who kind of got me into the whole financial route, you know, working at the investment firm that I was at for a long time, and really took me under his wing in college and has been a really good mentor. He's a super, impressive guy. Yeah. And over the years kind of have not kept up as much communication, but still, you know, the check-ins, birthdays, how you doing, you know, progress check-ins, all that stuff. And recently, I didn't even know he had a TikTok, but it was something I made at Disney, and he sent it to me, and he was like, hey, like, is this really you? And then he sent like this whole long thing. He was like, you're creative and you're clearly like good at the social media stuff, but I just want to make sure that you're not losing sight of your future and this and that. And I kind of took a second to process it, and I shared it with my parents. And again, like he's a super impressive guy, but he's like, I mean, I'll never forget. He's, I think, in his 70s, and I was meeting with him in his office one day, and he was like, wait a second, Justin, and out comes this little French guy, and I was like, oh, who's that? He's like, oh, I just decided to pick up French. You know what I mean? This guy graduated from college at the age of like 19. You know what I mean? Just like one of time's 100 most influential people in the world a couple years back.
So if someone you respect that's an intellect that's like chirping your career a little bit.
But exactly. And so I've had to kind of, you know, understand like not everyone understands like what we do, right? So even for my parents, when I made the decision to leave finance, right, and kind of pursue this type of stuff, it wasn't until they could kind of see tangible proof that you could be successful, because it wasn't in their generation to be a career path, right?
Totally.
So for those type of people, I have to kind of understand, hey, it's not so much of like a judgment on or reflection of like what I'm doing, but maybe just not understanding. So
okay,
that was a long-winded way of just, I don't know.
No, interesting. I mean, it's a career that's changing constantly. Since you guys have been on, it's changed a lot. People always ask me, like, how much of your revenue came from TikTok and how does the TikTok ban impact your business? So I'll ask each of that. Like, how has TikTok revenue been for you and how will it impact your business?
Honestly, I think a lot of stuff that I end up doing partnership-wise on TikTok is, like, syndicated from Instagram. Like, it starts with Instagram and then brands will want it on TikTok as well. So, you know, I'll get some that are specifically for TikTok, but
give me a percentage. 10, 20%, 30%?
Like that are straight up TikTok or with like
like
the
if you
syndication
look at
part?
all your revenue last year from creator economy, how much of TikTok revenue is generated from that?
Maybe 25 to 30%.
So that's a big impact. Yeah. Greg, how about you?
I was going to say probably because, most of my stuff is also syndicated through Instagram.
Yeah.
But, like, if it's just TikTok, it's honestly not that many. I would say probably like 10 to 15%.
Okay, so it doesn't have as significant of an impact.
Yeah.
What's interesting business-wise for everyone listening, a lot of the contracts we're seeing, what they're doing is if you have a deal in place right now and it's supposed to be syndicated to TikTok, so you're supposed to do a reel and a TikTok, what's going to happen if TikTok is fully down and out is you'll actually have to do a reel. So it'll be 2 reels. Mm-hmm. So that could impact like structure of deals when you look at like the value and all that. So we'll see what happens with it. Greg, a little State of the Union. Last time you were on the show, you talked over $400,000 you're making off creator economy. How did it look in 2024?
It looked great.
Better?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was
2 times better?
I'm having fun what I'm doing.
And his numbers getting so big he doesn't want to talk about it.
I'm having fun. I'm extremely grateful.
Was 2024 your best year yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. By a long shot.
It was a good year.
It was a good year.
It was good.
Justin, you were on the show 2021. You go on Paradise 2024. You're really, really finding your lane with the work you're doing with the artistic work and your skits and your editing. Was 2024 your best year yet?
It was.
By how much over 2023? 2x, 3x, 4x?
Like 3.5x.
3.5x. You did 350% of what you did in 2023.
Dinner's on you tonight.
Damn. That's unbelievable.
What if I only made $20 in 2023?
Yeah, okay.
I'm kidding.
All right.
But it was. Yeah.
So, like, I want to quickly talk about your take on reality TV, and then I want to talk about what you guys think is next for you. But let's just get this. You guys are Bachelor alumni. Reality TV is all over the place right now. State of the Union, your opinion on the business of The Bachelor. We had Golden Bachelor, we had Joey season, we had Golden Bachelorette. We're now going into Grand season. What do you just think about the state of the union of The Bachelor from a business perspective? Greg, what do you got? You watching the show?
No.
Not at all.
No, I tuned in for a couple episodes of Joey's just because I feel like everyone was talking about it.
Yeah.
I feel like they really did a good job of promoting Joey's season. I mean, I'm sure I'll tune in for an episode 2 of Grant's, but I just really haven't really kept up with it. I'm not a big week after week guy with shows to like be able to sit down and watch. I like just binge watch whatever's on Netflix or Hulu. So maybe after the season ends for Grants, I'll watch it all.
All right. If they called you to be the Bachelor, would you make that career move?
They wouldn't call me to be the Bachelor.
But if they did?
I mean, that'd be tough. That would really be a tough conversation. I mean, I think I'm at a point in my life where I'm extremely happy where I'm at, especially like.
Look at Justin's giving you looks. He's doing the standard looks. What are your looks saying right now?
I was just listening.
You're the king of looks. What were those eyes saying?
Go ahead, spill the beans.
What were you thinking? You think he's full of shit?
No.
No, you like his answer.
Yeah.
Okay. So then why are you giving looks?
I think he would make a great lead if I think he's underselling himself. I think that he could get a
I think he
absolutely
get a phone call.
Get a call.
Wait, why are you so certain they wouldn't call you? I think if you look at I think you're probably top contender of alumni.
It's been years at this point.
But it doesn't matter. Nah, I'm
what you talking about,
mate? I'm fucking old. I'm fucking losing my hair. Thanks to Garnier, got the thickening spray here.
What if they did a bronze Bachelor?
A bronze Bachelor?
Not quite golden.
Not quite golden.
Not quite golden.
Not quite golden. I'd be a perfect.
Would you do it?
Yeah, I would do it. Yeah, why not do it? But once upon a time, they did call you to do The Bachelor. And, like, it was like, you were there.
Yeah, I mean.
Did you sign paperwork? Fuck, I'm in killer mode right now.
No, you are in killer mode right now.
Sign paperwork?
No, after the season ended, I legit needed to take a step back. And I remember going on Nick's podcast, and I was like, he asked me if I was interested, and I told him straight up, no. I think Andrew would make a great one. Michael A, I think, is in a great place to be one. And then they gave me a call like a week or two after about it, and I was open with them about where I was at in life. I really didn't feel great about everything because after the show ended, I just felt like it was just a dark time, just in general. And then somehow it came out that I was about to be it, which wasn't true.
Interesting.
And then there was like a petition of like 250,000 people that signed for me not to do it.
No way, actually.
And I was like, I can't do that. I don't want anything to do with this.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, yeah. It was.
I bet you there's 250,000 people that also wanted you to do it, too.
Well, there were
more than that. More than that.
I mean, it just.
Yeah, more than that.
It just felt like a scary time. There just felt like so many like opinions. I feel like I was actually taking everyone to heart during that time.
Yeah.
And I really. And they saw it too. Like I was being open about like how much I felt like everything was bothering me, and like I didn't really feel like I was in a good space to be a lead.
So that was 2021. Have they since then? Have they called you to do Paradise or go back on the show in any capacity?
No, nothing.
Okay.
I haven't seen them at all. It was interesting. I don't know if I can say his name, but I saw one of the head producers on a flight randomly.
Really?
Like 2 months ago. It was the most random thing.
Okay.
Yeah. He was like, "What's up, Grippo?" I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, haven't seen you in a while.
Like triggered.
Yeah. No, seriously. Fight or flight.
Fight or flight. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Justin, how about you? State of the Union, The Bachelor. Like, what do you think? Like, you're an executive on The Bachelor. What do you think of the show? You think it's trending the right way? What'd you take?
You know, I think it's gone through ebbs and flows the past couple seasons. Like, I think they had really, really good momentum. I think the franchise was kind of in a dip, and then I think Joey's season really propelled the franchise. And I think they had so much potential, and then I think it kind of plateaued a little bit. And I don't know. I think there's a lot of factors that have played into that. I think they've got a really good thing going with the golden stuff. I hope they do like a golden paradise. I think just like keeping things fresh would bode well for the franchise. Like,
what's fresh?
I mean, I think the seasons can tend to be like a little copy and paste in terms of like the structure and like the dates, and I think people are starting to catch on to
it's coming before it comes.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. They, after your run on Paradise, did they ever reach out to you to do anything else with the show?
Like outside of podcasts?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, did NZK or ABC reach out to you to do anything?
No.
Okay. If you ever, like, I'm just curious, like, just paint a picture. Imagine a world in which you are single. Like, would you ever have interest in being The Bachelor or going back on Paradise? If you were.
You wouldn't catch me. You would not catch my toes in that sand.
Ever again?
No.
Never?
No.
Okay. It feels like career-wise, both you two are spinning off and you're trying to move away from Bachelor Nation. Is that correct? Because it feels like your brands are moving in totally directions. Like, I think you guys don't you don't do podcasts with the show. You don't do content about the show. You don't really. I mean, the only way you two are still tied, I would say, to the show, well, past relationships and whatever, personal, current, past, all the things, and your friend group.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is. The beauty of our friendship, though, is that like it was never for the show or for, I don't know, just like to gain each other's like following or views or anything. Like we legit hang out, and so like we don't rely on it. I don't care to post about the show on my social media at all or do anything like that, and neither does he really. And
all right, I got a statement for you. You die a hero, you live long enough to become a villain. Do you feel as though that statement bolds true with we're all guys from the franchise, men from the franchise?
Go ahead.
You guys are a little nervous today. You guys are come on. This is, I mean, now that you're off the show, this is how you got to get this.
You said just for men? No,
I'm saying, like I said, we're all men alumni from the show.
Yeah.
So I guess it could just, so your opinion.
No,
I
here's
guess I
what
could apply it to anybody. It's gender neutral.
No, but I think this, and I don't know if I'm skating around your question. I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree. I just think with social media in general in today's day and age, whether you come from a TV show or not. If you are public facing, I think the more success you have, the less wiggle room you have to kind of slip up, right? Because I feel like people are always waiting for something for you to go wrong to kind of tear you down, right? Like people will switch on you like that. So I always try to like not get too high and not get too low and kind of just stay in the middle, because it's like the minute you get too high,
you'll come crashing
down. In the middle that you find validity and the negative comments that people are making, you lose sight of who you are, right? And so
interesting. Greg, what do you think?
I think it's tough in this day and age to just be a hero. I don't really think that you can't be everyone's fan. Like you're always going to find somebody who's against you, I think, no matter what. I mean, Joey, for instance, I think that he was,
I don't know, he might always be a hero.
But I'm saying like
I think he's an anomaly.
I don't know if there will be like another Bachelor like Joey. Like Joey was. I think that he's a great looking dude, honest, like everyone loved him. But then, like, I go on TikTok the other day and I see somebody kind of talking.
That's what I was gonna say.
And I'm just like,
it's true.
And I'm just like, you know
always
what?
Gonna be
like,
something.
There's always. I think that there's always going to be something, no matter what. You'll always find that little bit.
That's part of this industry. It's tough. There's always noise. Another part of this industry is consistent cash flow. We talk about deals. Sometimes they're one post, sometimes they're 1 month, sometimes they're 2 months. But I think it's fair to say in any one of my businesses, whether it's podcasting or it's my creator space, when I look at January 2026, there's not one guaranteed dollar that comes in the door. Like in the next 3-6 months, but that's tough. Do you find that to be tough in this business, like understanding what your cash flows are and the sustainability of it?
You mean like when you're starting a new year?
Yeah, like 2025 is here, right?
Yeah.
And revenue for both you guys and myself comes from brand opportunities.
Yeah.
And so the idea of if the brand opportunities, they're not 2 5-year deals, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have any 2 5-year deals, but does that worry you at all? That like the inconsistency of potential revenue?
I kind of feel it. It feels invigorating, to be honest with you.
You like it?
Like, I kind of do.
Wow,
I think that I don't like being complacent, and like I also wouldn't care if I had to. If say this didn't work out, all right, then so be it. I have to get a 9 to 5 somewhere.
But you were insurance sales. You're not going back there.
I'm not going to insurance. But hell, like before, I was marketing for a documentary. I was Ubering. I was fit modeling. I was bartending. I was bar backing. I was doing anything I could to make $1. And I'm grateful to be in the place where I'm at right now and to be having fun like doing it. So, I mean, I'm going to try to continue to grow and continue to do the best I can in this business. But other than that, I mean, like my dad was a hardworking guy. I mean, he stocked shelves for his whole entire life. Like I'm not above that.
Yeah.
I don't think, you know?
So it's pure.
Whatever happens, happens. Yeah.
You have a very Zen mentality.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It took me a lot to even get a little Zen, but I appreciate it.
I feel like you do. All right. I want to ask you, we're talking about business. I want to talk about personal stuff for a little, and I won't get too deep. Don't start sweating yet. But from a personal standpoint, none of us are married. Single.
Yeah.
None of us are married. No kids. Do you think if you hadn't gone on the show that your relationship status would be a little bit different? Do you think going on the show has advanced things professionally, like you had said, but maybe personally put you in different positions of where you might be married with kids, doing something else? Justin?
It's really hard to predict that, you know, like who knows? I mean, I know I wouldn't be doing this social media stuff if I wasn't on the show, right? Like that's probably the only guarantee. I'm sure my life would have a lot more structure and stability, but I think...
Do you think you'd be married right now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, you know, I'd probably still be in Baltimore. I'd probably still be doing the same things that I was doing every day up until the show, right? But I'm so fortunate for the opportunities that the show has presented post going on, right? You know, the network that you build, the traveling, and just opening the doors to so many options that I didn't even know existed in every facet of life. So I don't know. It's hard to say.
I'll give you my opinion. I think I'd be married with kids right now.
Yeah.
And I think when the first time I heard someone talk about this was Tyler Cameron, when he said like the show delayed my life by 10 years. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but I think with this type of work and this type of industry, you're constantly you're sent here, you're going here. So to create like a foundation stability of like going that direction is harder for sure. That's my opinion. Greg?
I mean, that's tough to say. because most of my best friends from school are all either in a long-term relationship right now, married, engaged, or have kids. They're all with someone serious. I'm one of 2 out of the 10 that are single right now.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah.
How does that make you feel? Like when you think about that? Do you feel like you're behind it all, or do you like, no, this is my path?
No, I mean, I will say sometimes, you're like, I hope I find somebody soon, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm also not trying to put too much pressure on it, because I think throughout life, I have looked for that. And I do think that this past year or so is the first time where I'm not putting pressure on my like relationship status or putting pressure on finding someone. And I feel like that's also going to bring like the right person in for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good answers, guys. Good answers. 2025 financial goals. What do you got? Finance guy?
I mean, I think you're just like Greg said. I don't think any of us are complacent guys.
Yeah.
So the goal is to beat 2024. I mean, that's the goal, right? But if that doesn't happen, I'd still be grateful, because
Do you think you're on the path to do that?
it's quite early, but I think so.
Okay.
18. What day is it? 17 days in.
You think you're in a better position?
As of now, yeah.
Okay. Greg, 2025 goals?
To be in a position where I feel comfortable enough to buy a house.
Where do you want to buy a house?
That's the hard part. I'm not too sure. A dream, no matter what, is for me to, whether I treat it like a summer house, hopefully, or my full-time living situation. Like, I do hope to have a house in like the Spring Lake area in New Jersey.
So 2025, you want to get a house. This is the year.
Yeah, I mean, I've been holding back on like buying a car and stuff specifically for that reason, because like I want to invest in property.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the financial goal. All right. We're gonna increase our revenue. We're gonna buy a house. We'll come back to that. Yeah. All right. Talk to me about, now that we got the comedy guy back. Talk to me about, how do you advance your comedy career? Like, so you're doing skits right now.
Yeah.
Are you talking to other agencies? Are you thinking about TV shows? Are you like, how do you navigate the career of trying to be a comedian? Do you go into stand up? Like, what do you do next? Just laugh.
I would love that.
Yeah, I got asked a few times to do stand up. I don't feel confident enough yet that I could do stand up. I think maybe a little bit more season under my belt. I need to get more seasoned first in order to feel confident enough to get up there. But I mean,
bro, it's so funny.
I think I love like writing. I love writing skits, and I love writing things of that nature. And I always had a dream to at least like write this script that I feel like I've just started dabbling in. And like, yeah, and like a lot of my inspiration, just like I like writing everything down. Sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll start like working on it. And yeah,
that's like you wake up in the middle of the night and start writing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're trying to write what, like a film?
No, not a film.
Or skits?
Both. Yeah. I don't know why I wake up in the middle of the night to do that, but it usually happens in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., where like it's either like I'll like have a dream, or like I feel like my mind is maybe at like this state where I'm not thinking about anything else, and maybe like it's like I'm not a scientist, but maybe it's like a different part of my brain that's just like on, or that I'm accessing like for creativeness maybe. And I feel like most of my ideas come in the middle of the night.
How do comedians come up with skits? Like, do you find something relatable that happens? Like, what's your how do you come up with something? It's through
other I see it through other people. Like last night when we were with Pete, I was like, dude, I gotta hang out with you more, because
he gave you comedy.
He is a piece of work, man. No, he's a piece of work. Are you kidding me?
Why? What about him?
You hang out with Pete, and I feel like you can get like, I don't know, 10 skits out of hanging out.
What is one thing from last night that Pete gave you content for?
I mean, he's like a Walmart. He's like a walking Walmart. You know,
Hallmark.
What did I say? Walmart.
Walmart. You think he's a Walmart version of Hallmark?
No. What did I say? Walmart.
Walmart.
I said walking Hallmark. A walking Hallmark, like, you know, stud that you see in the movies. That like, you know. He's like, oh, I'm back from the big city, you know. Where have you been, Georgia?
I find him to be like a golden doodle.
He is.
His life is like a golden doodle.
He is, but he has such a pure heart.
Pure heart.
He has such a pure heart. I've only hung out with him a number of times, but it's just like, it's so pure that it could do well in comedy.
Okay, so you get it through other people then. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
All right, good stuff. All right, boys, I want to think about this. Say this is a Jim Carrey exercise. It's 2025. I want you to look into 2027. The trajectory of your career, you're doing your content, your artist work, you're getting into comedy. 2027, you have a blank check. And this is how much you want to earn in 2027, 2 years from now. Blank check, you write that number, you put it in your wallet, and you want to manifest it. It could be any amount in the world, but you're like, this is what I'm going to do in 2027. Think about it. And then, Justin, I'm calling you. Don't give me some bullshit. I want to hear a number. 2027, blank check. You want to manifest it. You want to believe it. You're saying it right here. How much you making? Don't change your number, by the way. This is the total amount you're going to make this year, 2027. It could be any amount. What do you think? Go.
Bro.
Manifest it. Believe it. Go. Say it to believe it.
2027.
2027. Greg, you got your number?
No, I mean, I keep on thinking I could do a lot with like $10 million.
There we go. That's a good answer. 10 million in 2027. What are you doing?
Okay.
What was your initial thought before you said it?
I was going to say $1 million.
That's great. And I think that what's interesting is like, how did you start thinking higher when he said 10 million?
No.
You did it.
I was still a little confused with like, if I had this much money, what could I do with it, or versus how much do I want to make that
2027,
year?
how much you want to make? You're writing a check for how much you're going to make. Your goal.
I keep my answer.
Oh, that's
okay.
I mean, that's not. I mean, I'm not.
You're going Will Ferrell style. Here.
I don't know if I'm not going to make $10 million, but I mean, hell yeah, I'd like to.
Okay. All right. Maybe it comes to fruition.
Maybe.
Are there any agents out there? Are there any like people in the comedy world that have kind of like knocked at your door, being like, "Well, you got something"?
You mean like agencies? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I've spoken to an agency for that sort of thing, and I had a meeting out in LA with them. And it was a great meeting. I mean, it was like my first ever meeting like that. I was actually pretty nervous walking into it, because I was like, 24-year-old me or 25-year-old me would be shitting his pants.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be bad in settings like that. I used to sit across a table with a girl.
Yeah.
If like I was really into her. When I was like in my mid-20s.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So there would always be like this thing that I would do, and not like, it would just be like something in my body, like, and I would be like having to like cheers with them, and like I'd be like, "Hey, nice meeting you," or like happy first date or something, and I'd be like shaking, like trembling on the way back.
Wait, no
and
way.
I'd be so nervous, it'd be taking over me, and like
Would
I'd
you
wait
start
for her to
sweating?
like look away, and I was like, I have to take a sip, but I'm gonna spill it.
Stop
And
it.
so I'd like take like the bottom of my hand and like do this. Anyway, I wasn't that nervous, but I felt like a small bit of me was like, I hope I don't get that nervous, and like I hope they don't have like a cup of water there that I have to drink.
What's the last day you were on that happened?
When did that happen? It honestly has been
Years?
What's that?
Years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it used to happen all the time.
Interesting.
It used to happen all the time. I was really nervous. I was just like a walking bag of anxiety.
I do feel like if you're a comedian, you're like on stage or you're acting, you can't
I feel like there's so many people that are funny like on stage or like behind a camera or in front of a camera, but then like in interpersonal settings, it's like
they're weird.
Yeah,
They're
or not
like-
weird,
not
but
weird, they're
like not
introverts.
a little bit more
Like
reserved.
some of the best actors in the world go on Jimmy Kimmel and they're freaking out. They can't even like they don't know how to
Yeah,
act.
I feel like that happened. I feel like
But then they
that's-
could be on the biggest stage.
Right.
Justin, your career, where do you go from here? What's next?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep creating. I'm gonna keep doing my art stuff,
Okay.
and then for the past couple of years, I've been working on an exciting project. I do a lot of stuff in the spirits industry.
Yeah.
I don't think that's any secret, but I've been working on something in that industry that I can call my own. So I've been pouring a lot into that the
Like
past
you might
2.5
launch a business
years.
of some sort?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes,
When will we know more
um,
about this?
Hopefully in Q1. Hopefully very
we
soon.
talk money
It's-
here. Can you tell us how much you've invested into this project? We don't know what the project is. Can you tell us how much you've invested? Or
Yeah,
rate?
I've just self-funded it thus far,
Okay.
with plans to seek, funding in subsequent.
How much have you put into it?
I've put about 80 into it.
80 into it.
Nice.
All right.
Wow.
Congratulations. When it
That's
launches, let's go. Get us out. You'll come on the podcast. And you want to tell us
Absolutely.
anything more about it, or you just want to hold it there?
I mean, I'll say it's in the RTD space, the ready
Okay.
to drink
Okay.
space.
All right.
So, trying to make things elevated and convenient for people.
All right. I love
Hell
it.
yeah.
Good stuff. Well, you guys both have big career upside coming here. $1 million for you in 2027.
And 10
$10 million
Yeah.
for
Honestly,
Will Ferrell
I'm
2.0 over here.
Make y'all eat your shorts.
What you say?
We never doubted you.
Oh yeah, you're
We never doubted you.
Yeah, not for a second.
I'm just
And you know
messing.
what? Maybe 2027 is the year that you become the Bachelor.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? That
I
might
could
be
see
it.
that.
That would
I
be
could
it.
see that.
Although, like with this comedy skill set you have, like you might just like
Might be too
be
big
the
time for
funniest
it.
Bachelor ever, though, because you would just be chirping everyone. The
Do you
whole
think
time.
you would still? Do you think? Okay, so your personality on the show, personality directly. Look at me asking the questions.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go.
Is that
Take
okay?
it. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Your personality on the show, personality directly post show. Just because, like, I've been around you, right? Do you think if you were to be the lead in the future, do you think you would kind of go back to that more reserved personality, or do you think you would show up as like who I know you as?
No, I mean, dude, we did the season and they didn't show any of my moments that like I feel like
That
we
is-
had.
yeah, it's
like
true.
I feel like even at the
What
roast
moments
cer-
didn't they show?
I feel
Dude.
like the roast ceremony, like I would do it every single time and
Do what?
He's not lying about like randomly writing stuff. So we would be like prepping for a rose ceremony. Everyone's like scattered throughout, and then he would be in a different room, and you would just hear a voice. He'd be like, "Come now," and we're like, "Oh shit, it's Gregory James," and that was his poet name, Gregory James.
Gregory James.
How many names do you have? Gator, Gregory
Gator,
James,
Gregory
Joker.
James,
Joker.
G baby,
G baby.
Okay.
So yeah,
G Wiz is like
oh,
his rap.
G-Wiz.
G Wiz is his rapper
G
name.
Wiz. Yeah.
Can you rap? Can you do a freestyle right now? Rhyme with beer.
I can't.
Rhyme with read.
Read.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Rhyme with Bill.
Bill.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing this. I can't.
Give us one.
I can't.
You're a poet. You're Gregory James.
I know. I could do a poem for you probably.
Yeah, do a poem for me.
Okay, what do you want me to write a poem about?
Whatever your heart's feeling.
About sunset winds.
Good.
All right. Sunset Winds by Gregory James. There's a time and place for everything. I walk around in life with great aware. Until my brother Joe got attacked by a giant bear. We walk in life with great mystery. I don't really like history. Was that Willie Mays? I hope so. Sunset Winds by Gregory James.
Wow! Oh my God, you are talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 10 million's coming for sure. 100%. So he's in the Bachelor Mansion, and you hear him saying, "Come now."
Yeah,
what's he
and so
doing?
we would just
What's
turn-
Gregory James doing now that he's proven?
Usually sitting crisscross applesauce.
Mm-hmm.
Like this?
And like he has no
Like this?
cartilage or bones in his legs, so
Like
they're
that?
just like the way they can fold is crazy.
Okay.
And so he's like folded up in a corner, and he's got a pen, paper, and then he'll tell us, "Oh, shh, close your eyes," and he won't
Everyone
start.
had to close their
And
eyes.
he won't start until we.
To everybody.
Well, it would usually just be a couple people that would come.
Yeah.
So we would come and close your eyes. Shh. So we'd have to close our eyes, and he would recite a poem, and then we would just walk off.
What did you do at the? What was? Why?
It was just about like what was going on in the house.
Mouse in the House was
Oh, the mouse in
my
the house.
favorite.
What was
the mouse
that
in the
one?
house.
Let's hear it.
Oh my gosh, that was my favorite one. It was very timely, like
It was timely.
because there was like drama scattering throughout the
Does
house.
he do, like when you guys are all hanging out? Does he do stuff like this all the time?
Yeah,
Like what? Like what else does he do?
I mean, he's a funny dude.
Like what? What else? Like when you wake up, what's your routine? I feel like you wake up and just like walk around.
I mean, I do.
He's
I,
like,
and
look
it,
at the
when I'm
sky.
if I'm in Brooklyn, like no, I will get a coffee and I'll just walk if I'm by myself.
Do
Yeah.
you talk to anybody?
Mm-mm.
You talk to yourself?
No.
You run? Do you run?
No, I listen to music on my walks.
And you were like this on The Bachelor too.
Yeah.
This is like just wow,
Yeah.
amazing.
They stripped all the funny stuff from our season.
Yeah, they actually didn't show a part of it. Not even
Not
like a
one.
single. Yeah. They wanted like I think I do like have a perpetual like face if I'm not talking looks a little like sad or grumpy, and I think they just clinged on to that. They're like, yeah, this is gonna be good.
Have you ever been in? So you're in a relationship. You guys are like living together, and some of these things come out, and like maybe your significant other times like, it's like, what's he doing?
No, I mean like I think like if you're in a relationship and they're like accepting you for
Yeah.
that, if they're,
Yeah.
I think that it just makes it better.
They gotta be
'Cause,
part
like,
of it.
Then
All
all of
right.
a sudden they start joking like that too,
I
and
like
you're
it.
like, oh look at
Now
that.
You're bringing the funny out.
Yeah.
You're bringing the funny out. All right. Well, gentlemen, it has been a roller coaster of laughs, personal, financial, and even professional talk. We're going to do a little segment. You guys okay with that? Okay. We are doing the Garnier Fructis game segment. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, it is called the polypeptide pitch game. So first of all, what is a polypeptide? Polypeptides are chains of amino acids that link together to form proteins. They are vital for the structure and function of cells and tissues in living organisms. This is a rapid fire segment. I want you to bring that energy you brought in the Bachelor house. I want you to bring that creative artist energy. And you can't think. You think too much. I want you to just say what you're thinking on this Garnier segment. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Here we go. First one, we're starting with you, Greg. Garnier Fructis hair filler polypeptides. They have a thickening spray. So my question for you, they say it's a good pre-date routine. What is one thing before every single date you're doing?
For every single date?
One routine you're doing before every single date.
Oh, man. I'm showering.
Justin.
That's a great answer.
I don't have like a set routine.
Is there any peculiar thing that you do?
In the shower?
No. Is there any particular thing you do before a date that like is maybe out of the ordinary? Unlike using thickening spray before a date?
No. I definitely not, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Basic shower.
Yeah.
Justin.
I'll usually put on some music and have a cocktail.
What kind of music you listen to?
I'm all over the map, but if I'm prepping for a date, I'll probably put something calming on. Like one of my favorite bands is Wild Rivers.
Okay.
It's like indie folk.
Okay. All right, there you go.
It's a vibe. Yeah.
Different routines, but here we go. Speaking of Garnier thickening, what is the thickest and hardest question you've ever been asked on a date? Justin.
Dead ass. Why is your ass so fat?
And how did you respond to that?
I'm serious.
Did you respond?
I said, I don't know.
Squats?
I think it is I ran track. I think it's a little track booty.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I'm being serious.
Yeah.
All right, going on to question 3. Greg, we're starting with you. Garnier Fructis hair filler. It fills the voids. What is one of your biggest red flags?
I feel guilty a lot of the time, and I try to please other people, even if it hurts myself.
Okay. Self-sacrifice for people pleasing. Justin.
He's a good man, Savannah.
Garnier Fructis hair filler fills the voids. What is your biggest red flag?
I'm a little too particular when it comes to my space. Like, everything is kind of in order. You know,
Okay.
I make my bed every morning when I leave my sofa, put the decor pillows back, fold the blankets. And sometimes, I don't know. I could probably let my hair down a little bit. See what
Okay.
I did there?
On a date, you have to sell yourself. We have Garnier Fructis hair filler polypeptide spray here. Okay? So I want you, like a pitchman, back in the day on those TV commercials, I want you to take this Garnier Fructis hair filler polypeptide spray, look into the camera, and in 20 seconds, sell it. Make someone buy it. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead.
Which
Okay.
is his camera? Which is his angle? Okay, right here. Greg will go first.
Do you want people to accept you? Turn to Garnier hair filler polypeptides this 2025 season. This season is a year of self-improvement, and we all want to be better in some regard. But which way are you going to turn this year? Turn this way, right to Garnier. Catch y'all on the flip.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right, Justin, no
I think that's
pressure.
pretty good.
No, you got to sell it.
Been looking for a way to take your thick from 1C to 3Cs? Well, I've got the answer for you. The Garnier Fructis hair filler plus polypeptides will have you thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
I need that.
Yes. Take it from my friend here, Greg Grippo. He's been using this for quite some time now, and
Greg,
his
could you
hair's
get a
never
little-
been
get a
thicker.
little
Run it
hairline?
through.
Oh, great hairline.
If you want that,
And it works
thickness,
like a charm.
You know where to go.
All right, last one. Garnier Fructis hair product. It's a beautiful thing. Keeps things thick and prevents hair break. You both have experienced public heartbreak. What is the hardest part about dealing with a public heartbreak?
All of it. I mean, all of it's tough. I think every single part is tough. You know, the comments or what everyone having multiple opinions on what happened. You know, sometimes it just doesn't work with two people. I feel like my breakup last year, we went about it and we were cautious of each other, which I think helped us heal probably quicker than, you know, two people going back and forth and leaving more opinions on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Mm.
All right, same question.
For me, I think it was just like, and I fully understand, like when you're in a public relationship, people, you let people in to the degree to which you're comfortable, and people want answers. And I think in my situation, we tried to handle it like as privately as we could in respect for each other and trying to prioritize each other in that situation. And, you know, people want answers, right?
Yeah.
And so they start to speculate when you don't give them answers. And so I think just by not giving people much as to what really caused the breakup, I think just opened the door for theories, right? And just like finger pointing and stuff like that. So just dealing with assumptions and things of that nature was tough.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, last one I got for you. Garnier Fructis Hair Filler Polypeptides Thickening Spray. I'm going to define that in 3 words. That brand, it's fuller, thicker, and soft. Those are 3 words. How do you define your dating life in 3 words?
Food/drinks, banter, and comfort.
Cute. Greg?
Yeah, that was nice.
Thank you.
That was very nice. Yeah, food/drinks, banter.
No. I want you to go. Go into your break. Close. Okay, everyone close their eyes like when you do your poems. Close your eyes. Think about your dating life. Think about the dates. 3 words that describe those dates. What do you got?
I haven't been on too many recently. Fun, casual, and spontaneous.
I like that.
Good 3 words.
I like that.
All right, I got a question for you guys. Garnier Fructis Hair Filler Polypeptides Thickening Spray. It's all about the thickness. So I want you to name one person in Bachelor Nation, not in this room, that has the most beautiful, voluptuous, thick hair.
Okay.
Greg, who you got?
So, guy or girl in Bachelor Nation?
Maybe one of each.
One of each?
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't met so many people that are now a part of the show, but
You can see their photos, though.
yeah, I would say Joey's lady, Kelsey.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah. What, I just took yours?
Yes.
Yeah.
Guy?
Well, I see her TikToks. We follow each other on TikTok, and she has like, I feel like
No, I
like,
agree with you.
natural like curly hair that's like full.
Yeah.
That was actually a really good one. I agree.
good.
You stole it from him.
And 4 guys, maybe Nate Babatunde, like when he grows it out. Maybe.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't.
Oh, just before we wrap, one celebrity you could think of?
One celebrity I think
Yeah.
of. I think of Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, interesting.
He's like a hair god back in the day.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Justin, Garnier Fructis Hair Filler Polypeptides Thickening Spray. It makes the hair thick and voluptuous. Who is one person from Bachelor Nation? Actually, let's do one guy, one girl you think of when you think of voluptuous, thick hair.
It was going to be Kelsey, but I'll pivot. Teddy's got pretty. Teddy from Clayton season.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It's
Oh, yeah?
whatever.
That's a good one.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
The girl that Andrew went on to.
Right,
yeah.
that one.
Are they still dating?
Andrew?
Never started.
No.
they just went on a date.
Oh yeah, no.
It was on
That
Paradise.
was from like
Oh.
Yeah.
Guy.
John Paul Jones.
Good one. Celebrity.
Zendaya.
Oh wow,
Ooh,
even
you
better
just
one.
Nailed it. All right.
Damn, you
those
killed
are those are good 3 people.
Killed it.
And we'd like to actually pivot and ask you, Jason,
Yeah.
name one guy, one girl from Bachelor Nation who you think, and one celebrity who you think has voluptuous hair. Not in this room.
And you can't say yourself.
Right.
Okay, guy, I'm going to go Zach.
Zaku.
Zach the Bachelor.
Oh wow, quick.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
got a good
Shot
head of
cross.
hair, good
All right,
hairline,
nice.
you know.
Yep.
And girl, Kelly Flanagan's got a nice head of hair.
Nice.
Yeah. Celebrity, Paulina Gretzky.
Who's that?
That's his daughter?
That's Wayne's daughter.
Yeah.
That seemed oddly specific.
You got the Hotspur?
Very niche.
Angelina Jolie.
Okay.
Angelina Jolie.
Very niche.
Wow. I feel like we're getting down something.
Yeah.
Hold on.
How much time do we have, actually?
Okay.
How would you describe your dating your dating life in 3 words?
We're not doing
Have you ever-
this. Greg, Justin, thank you guys for being on what might be the funniest episode of all time. I thought you and Andrew's episode was an all-time high. I think Justin just outdid it.
Well, he's a
Justin
funny
might
one.
be the new Batman. But we got to
I
wrap with the
didn't really
trading
say
secret.
much.
All right, so I need a trading secret from each of you. It could be about your last year, because it's been about a year since everyone's been on the show. So a little update. What's happened in the last year that's a trading secret to your life, financially, professionally, or personally? Justin, let's start with you. What can you leave us with?
Don't let the opinions of others deter you from pursuing what you want.
Profound. Greg, give us a trade secret.
It's gonna sound really cliche, but I think
Can't be worse than Justin.
That was cliche. Let me dig deeper in my bag.
Yeah, Greg.
I think expressing gratitude has changed my life, and I think that I've tried to practice that every day. And even though I felt like it felt so fake to me in the beginning, I feel like it's kind of helped my brain in a way to really appreciate everything I have in life. And so saying thank you every day.
I like that. And I think like you're saying what you're saying, but you're talking the walk and walking the talk, because I think when we talked about our careers and some of the concerns about like what tomorrow could look like, what next year could look like, your perspective of just being grateful for what it is, knowing where you came from, was like really refreshing. And
Awesome.
so that landed
Thank
with
you.
me. Do you want to try again, or?
Is that bad, huh? Whoa. Sure. You want to be more specific? I mean,
No, just what's like a trading secret? Let's talk to me.
that was
What's one thing?
Yeah, access with art and stuff.
Yeah.
What's the secret behind art?
I don't know. Did anybody
No.
judge you growing up about art?
I think
Everyone
one of
say
my
your
trading
art sucked?
secrets I've learned from
People
you.
should say I write like a
I'll tell you
girl.
this one. One I've
Okay.
learned from you over the year is like you're very diligent, and when you're very consistent.
Who you?
You come up with a plan, and no one, I think, executes a plan like you. Like there's nothing that will stop you from doing what you're going to do once you decide to do it. No distraction. You're extremely disciplined, and like over the last year, I've learned that from
I
you.
appreciate that. And so, I mean, I'm not going to talk about myself in that way, but like with what I said, that's kind of along the lines, because with what my goals are, right, and the plans that I have for myself, along the way, there's been people that have had opinions like, oh, you can't do that. That's too big of a goal. Like, just focus on this, and that, right? And it would have been easy for me to just doubt myself and be like, okay, they're probably right. Like, it is a lot to try to fund my own business with huge goals and do X, Y, and Z, move across the country, all these things, right?
Sure.
And so I've had all these deterrents, and I've just tried to stay headstrong and understand that, I don't know, I can't let other people's visions be my vision, right? Like, they may not have the capacity to envision what I have for myself.
I
So
love it.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, Justin, Greg, thank you guys so much for being on this episode of Trading Secrets. Where can everyone find everything you have going on, Greg?
It would be Greg Grippo on Instagram and Greg J Grippo on TikTok.
And Gator elsewhere.
And Gator.
And
Justin,
Gator
where can
elsewhere.
everyone find everything you have going on?
Justin Glaze on Instagram and Justin_Glaze on TikTok.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys for being on Trading
Thank you,
Secrets.
my man.
Hell of
Thanks
an
for having
episode.
us.
You
Appreciate
guys
it.
killed it.
Appreciate you.